The internet has a peculiar talent for turning obscure individuals into legends, and perhaps no story captures this phenomenon better than that of XKCDHatGuy. He is a figure who exists at the intersection of viral education, internet mystery, and the very human struggle with sudden fame. His story begins with a simple webcam video uploaded to YouTube on January 5, 2010, a 9-minute explanation of the fourth dimension that would go on to amass over 33 million views and fundamentally alter the course of his life. But what makes this story truly captivating is not just the clarity of his explanation, but the mystery that followed. After a brief period of activity, he vanished from the internet without a trace, sparking a wave of speculation that continues to this day. The video, titled Fourth Dimension Explained by a High School Student, is a masterclass in making the incomprehensible accessible. In it, a young man with a surprisingly deep voice sits in front of his webcam and, using simple hand gestures and everyday analogies, walks viewers through the progression from the first to the fourth dimension. He begins with the first dimension, a simple line where movement is restricted to back and forth. He then introduces the second dimension, a plane with width and length, where you can also move side to side. From there, he describes the third dimension, our familiar world of height, width, and depth, where we live and move. His explanation of the fourth dimension is where the video becomes truly mind-bending. He describes it as a space with an additional direction beyond the three we know, a direction we cannot perceive, just as a being in a two-dimensional world could not perceive up. He explains that a four-dimensional being could see our entire three-dimensional world all at once, including the inside of objects and even inside our own bodies, just as we can see the inside of a square drawn on a piece of paper. He clarifies that this is a spatial fourth dimension, not time, a common point of confusion. He also touches on the idea of curved space and nested universes, suggesting that our universe could be contained within a higher dimensional space. The video resonated with millions because it was not about complex equations or intimidating jargon. It was about using the power of analogy to make a deeply abstract concept feel tangible. One LinkedIn commenter captured this sentiment perfectly, noting that the video was a stark contrast to traditional teaching methods that rely on complex equations nobody understands and abstract concepts that confuse. The video's virality was immediate and overwhelming. XKCDHatGuy became known as the Genius Kid, and a high school student who explained dimensional physics better than Einstein ever could in the hyperbolic language of the internet. He continued to upload videos for a few years, exploring topics like the economics of cancer and the consequences of drug abuse, each video gaining close to 1 million views. But then, after a final upload in December 2013, he went completely silent. His YouTube channel, which had been a source of intellectual wonder for so many, became a digital ghost town. The silence was deafening, and it inevitably gave rise to a storm of speculation. In the absence of any official explanation, the internet's imagination ran wild. The most sensational theories suggested that he had been taken by the very dimension he had so eloquently described, that he had discovered a secret that someone, or something, wanted to keep hidden. Some believed he had been silenced by the government for knowing too much. Others claimed he had successfully entered the fourth dimension and was simply chilling there. One comment on his final video, which garnered thousands of likes, poignantly read, "When the world needed him most, he vanished." The mystery was compounded by the fact that he had no other social media presence, making it virtually impossible to locate him. The story of XKCDHatGuy had become a modern urban legend, a tale of a brilliant young mind who had glimpsed a higher reality and then disappeared into the unknown. But the truth, as it often does, turned out to be far more human and far less sensational. On September 4, 2019, almost 6 years after his disappearance, XKCDHatGuy returned. He uploaded a video titled "My Return to YouTube and Why I Left" on a new channel, looking older but with the same unmistakable voice. The reason for his sudden silence was not interdimensional abduction, but something far more mundane. He had forgotten his password and could not recover his account. He also shared that he had been diagnosed with autism and had struggled with the pressure of accidental fame. He explained that after graduating high school, he had realized that the realm of mathematics and theoretical physics wasn't his true calling. He began studying alternative medicine, dropped out of college because he felt it was an exercise in conformism, and developed his ultimate health theory. He also shared that he was married and living a quiet life. The internet's reaction to his return was a mixture of relief and a certain kind of disappointment. The mundane reality of a forgotten password was a far cry from the thrilling mystery of a boy lost in the fourth dimension. Yet, it was also a reminder that the most compelling internet legends often have human explanations at their core. The story of XKCDHatGuy is a story about the power of a single, clear explanation to capture the world's imagination and the strange, often overwhelming consequences of viral fame. It is also a story about the resilience of the human spirit, of a person who, despite the pressure and the expectation, chose a path that was authentic to him, even if it meant leaving the spotlight behind. His story continues to circulate, still breaking minds and making people feel the walls of their 3D prison, as one commentator put it. And it remains a powerful testament to the idea that the barrier to understanding reality was never intelligence, but finding someone who could actually explain it.